Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coleen and this is 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗦 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗦 and this is Flosstube number 26. So happy Tuesday. I finally got the Tuesday train back on track, but with one little caveat. So this last couple weeks I've been super busy. I totally dove headfirst into looking for a full-time graphic design job. Kind of just going through and looking for stuff that either I felt fit my skill set or just something I was interested in versus just applying for anything. So I put in, I would say, for about a handful, maybe 6 to 8 different jobs. So going forward, if I end up working full-time, I'll probably have to adjust what day I end up doing my filming on. But maybe I'll film on the weekend and then just release it on a Tuesday. Like I said, Tuesday always seemed to work good for me, but we'll see. But yeah, so it's always very exciting, but it's a lot of busy work. So each time you apply, you kind of have to tailor your cover letter and tweak your resume, stuff like that. And then I was going through all of my social medias and my web pages and updating them and adding some projects to kind of showcase different projects that I felt I needed to and stuff like that. So that just took up a lot of my time. Plus, I've been trying to increase and keep taking classes. So I've been doing some online classes and yeah, and it adds up. So when you're trying to find time to squeeze everything in, including cooking and cleaning and taking care of the dogs, yeah, some of you kind of just, you juggle too many balls and you're going to drop some. So yeah, so for the last couple of weeks, I did get some stitching done and some framing done. So at least I did pretty good, but also just some house projects too. Over the weekend, my husband and I went to the local nursery to look for some trees and some landscaping. Yeah, and that's not cheap. Might have to take on the third job for that, but it's fun too. I really love looking at the plants. And as we were kind of looking around, I said to my husband, I was like, you don't realize sometimes when you're younger, what your interest may or may not be as you get older. But walking around a nursery, I'm working with plants would be really cool. There's so many cool plants and so many things to know. The girl that was at the nursery was super helpful. So, but yeah, so we did that, and then dogs are doing good, actually really good. Sam has a follow-up eye appointment at the end of the month, but he's been doing good. No trips to the vet other than for routine medications or whatever. So you might be able to hear, they're both napping right now, so you might hear them snoring. But yeah, other than that, everything has been really good. And so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what the future brings as far as work and stuff like that. But I'm excited to see where we go. And then this last week and then this week, even though I do want to switch to graphic design full-time as a career, my nursing license is coming due, so I needed to start working on the CEU, so that's been taking up some time. I'm not quite ready to just give it up completely. I came this close though. I was like, maybe I should let it go, but you know how they say don't burn bridges or whatever, so you never know when you might need it, and I worked really hard for that, so I don't want to just throw it away. So yeah. So that was my week in a nutshell. And the other thing that I will show really quick though, a project that I did this last weekend. Do you ever have those projects that you start, and when you see this picture, it'll be another project that you'll see that's not even halfway done? But maybe 10 years ago, I bought this rocking chair from Craigslist. So when I don't feel good, I like to rock. I like being in a rocking chair. And I don't know why, it just makes me feel better. Even if it does nothing for me physically, I like the rocking motion. So my intent when I got it was it needed, one of the legs was loose, so it needed to be glued and it needed to be refinished. And it's just sat and sat and sat. So this weekend I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So took the cushion apart. It needed a new cushion cover. So I ended up covering it with jean material. I'll show a picture right here. But I covered it with jean material, and then it just looked a little too plain, but it came out really nice. Everything went back together just fine. But I was so I went through the closet with the 70 plus finishes in it, and I was like, oh, you know what? This is what I'll do. So this was my only fully finished object for the week, but I'm pretty proud of it because it entailed having to get the sewing machine out. So this was a pillow that I made. So this was a cross stitch that I stitched a really long time ago. maybe 10 years ago. Maybe not that long, but it's been a while. But I'm pretty sure in French it says Happy Easter. But it was a free pattern, and I'll link the, I found the link when I was kind of looking for it online, so I'll put it below because I don't know how to say it. But, so yeah, so I just turned it into like a regular, one of those like flat pillows. But I'm pretty excited with how it turned out, and like, the way I did it isn't exactly perfect, but once I started sewing, I was like, yeah, I probably should have done it like that. But it went together fine, and all of our pillows that are going to go on our couches, I bought this material, so it kind of matches that, but so to kind of like bring that into my office. But yeah, so that's going to be my new like little stitching corner that you saw in the picture. And then, but yeah, my other project is behind that chair on the wall. I have one wall in my office that I'm stenciling with that pattern. And I probably started that at the beginning of this year. And I did one, and I was like, let me do one corner and see if I like it. And I do like it. And then I've just never pulled the stuff back off the wall and away from the wall to finish it. So that'll be the next project that I have to finish up. But I think we all have those projects. You have the best of intentions for something, and then, but yeah, so I'm super excited. And so pretty much every day I've been using that rocking chair as my stitching chair. So normally at nighttime I stitch in bed, but I've been trying to like stay up, and so I brought my little DVD player out, and so yeah, that's my like new little cozy spot. So yeah, today, so I have 3 framed almost finishes. And by almost, I just haven't had time to pin them out, but I didn't want to delay taping for another day because I didn't have them pinned out. So I'll show them almost done, and then later tonight I'll pin them out and I'll post the complete finishes on Facebook. But you'll get the idea of how they came out. So yeah, so 3 frames. And then, yeah, but I did get a little bit of stitching done this last couple weeks. Obviously not as much as I wanted to, but and just only a tiny bit of stash shopping. I was really good, but probably I was so busy those last couple weeks that I really didn't have time to be on social media or to be enticed by everybody's finishes to go buy anything. So, but that was one good thing. But I will share really quick 2 things. So first, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody that helped me raise money for This Is Houston, which is a nonprofit dog rescue here in Texas. And with your help and from the people that helped by purchasing Stash for Cash out of my closet there, we raised over $700 to send over to them. So I'm so excited that so many people opened their hearts to help them. And I'm telling you, like, there's so much more work to be done, but every little bit helps, and it surpassed my goal. Like, I was so happy. So I think next year I'm going to do that. I have a couple of groups that I kind of belong to, so maybe I'll like flip-flop with them and do something like that again, but do more of a exchange, like a Stash for Cash, or maybe create some sort of like kit or frame and do a fundraiser that way. But thank you so much to everybody that was able to help. Yeah, it really meant a lot to me. And then the other thing, when I was out with my husband this weekend, so the dogs chewed up one, we don't know which one, pretty sure it could have been a combination of both of them. They chewed up one of my husband's slippers. And so we went shopping this weekend. So while we were looking around for shoes for him, like Rec Room had a buy one, get one half off. So I didn't need any shoes, but I was just looking around, seeing what they had. But so of course I had to get these because you'll see why. So they're just a pair of those Bob's like memory foam shoes, but it was for a Petco fundraiser, and this is the print that is on the shoe. They're like a bunch of little dogs. They're adorable. Yeah, they weren't cheap, but I kind of like sold myself on that money towards from the shoes goes back to Petco's like pet fund for helping homeless pets, and they're just really cute. So dog mom strikes again. So those are my new shoes. So I keep my shoes now that I don't want the dogs to get at like up. So usually when I come in, I take off my shoes, or these anyways, and put them up on that little shelf there so they don't get them. Well, apparently that means nothing to them that they're up a little higher. It's probably like at a convenient biting height, because earlier today I saw Sam and he had one of them, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh no, those are my good shoes. So now I have to put them up even higher. So, but yeah, I don't want them chewing up those shoes. That's a no-no. So, but yeah, so that was about it as far as like fun stash shopping. So All right, so first I will start with, so this was my only new work in progress this week. And the only reason I actually started something new was I needed to, well, I had to go to the laundromat twice this week. Twice, Jazz got sick. And it's because she goes out and she eats grass. And so, and then she still, every once in a while, if we don't remember to feed her pineapple, she still like eats her own stuff. So, yeah. But, so she got sick twice this week. So I don't like to wash our comforter in the launder or in our washing machine. One, because it's old and it's not that big. It's not like a fancy schmancy washing machine. So I wanted something little to throw in my purse for like projects. So I decided to start, it's just an older pattern, Lizzie Kate, Love My Dog. And I'm just going to add an S on the end. So it'll say Love My Dogs. And then I'll put Jazz's and Sam's name on it. But that's how far I got so far. So this is like this week. Didn't really work on it that much. But that was a new needle minder. A friend of mine gave that to me for a belated birthday present. But it says Dog Mom. It's kind of big. It's like about an inch big. But so I kind of have to keep it towards the middle of the fabric. So it's kind of heavy. But yeah, so I would say about half done. And then this was the fabric. I'll take it out of the Q-stick really quick. This was the fabric that I was saying that I wanted to stencil on. And so I did, and I totally forgot to, I was gonna film it and I totally forgot. But I'll describe like what I did. So it's just a piece of like light blue even weave. And if you can kind of see, I just took a piece of plastic stencil like material and just drew a whole bunch of bones and just kind of like spread them out so that they were all kind of like evenly spaced and like kind of turned their direction. And then what I use is just white acrylic paint. And it doesn't really matter what kind. I think mine was the Americana. But what I do is add just a little bit of water to it. So it's not super wet, but not like full strength either. And then just using like a small stencil sponge. Like I hold the stencil in there, but I go over it really lightly. So this was like maybe 2 or 3 passes. I don't do it too hard all at one time because I don't like the paint to clog the holes. So this way, like if you water it down, it kind of, it doesn't, you have to kind of build it up, but it doesn't get thick and like, I don't even know how to describe that. But anyways, that's how it came out. So it's really cute, but it's kind of faint, so it's not really super noticeable, but just kind of add to the, so if you can't find like a fabric that you like or whatever, that's always a fun alternative to like stencil something on your fabric. And if it doesn't turn out, you can always flip it over and try again on the other side. Because this one it kind of went through a little bit. Depends on how wet you get it. But yeah, so that was the only new start that I had. And like I said, I probably wouldn't have picked up anything new to start, but I wanted something small just to throw in my purse really quick. So that was it. And then my other project that I worked on this week was I am still behind on the Snowflower Diaries. So I am on July, so I'm a month behind. I'm almost 2 months behind if I don't hurry up. And then so that's the flamingos for July, and then August is a dog. So that'll be really cute. But yeah, so I just started the border. So that was how far I got in about 25 minutes. However long it took us to do the wash cycle for the comforter. So yeah, that was, but Love My Dog, I worked on it at nighttime too. So that wasn't just at the laundromat, but yeah, those are the 2 projects I took with me to take care of that mess. And then not this week, but last week, and I did post these on Instagram, but I'll show them again here today. So a couple weeks ago, I think it was just on Etsy. I'm pretty sure that I was looking for something, and whatever I typed in, you know how they give you suggestions? Well, that's very naughty because I was like, oh, that's really cute. And I was looking for a bee pattern. It was somebody that posted a bee pattern on Instagram, so I was looking for it on Etsy. And that was like one of the suggestions on the bottom. But I had never heard of this designer before, but it's Wanderling Stitches. And I'll put a link below. But this was the pattern that I originally saw. So I was looking, like I said, looking for something bees. But this was Hare and bumblebees. And it's just adorable. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, I have to have that. So when I went to her site, she's doing a hare for each month. And then I'm like, oh, I have to have them all. So the next one that I purchased, so I finished that one in like a day and a half. So then I went back and I bought Hare and strawberries. They're just adorable. And I can't wait to frame these up. I think I have a fun idea of how I want to frame these. But like I said, so far, I don't think August is out yet, but that's totally okay because I'm behind too. But there's a Hare for each month. So I'm not really going in order. I thought about it, but I just picked out a couple more. So I picked out a couple more to stitch, and there's Hare and Snowdrops, and then Hare and Bluebells. And then I have just the rest of them sitting in my cart. So as soon as I get those stitched, then I can get a couple more. So, but yeah, I'm super excited with how those came out. The only thing I did change, I will say, I used overdyed. So I used Swiss Chocolate, Weeks Dye Works for the Hare. So I'm gonna do all the Hares the same except for the Winter Bunny, and then I'll have to find something for him. But yeah, then I just picked out like all the green so far I think is Dried Thyme. And then I just picked out some whatever I had in my overdyed stash to kind of like fill in, versus the pattern comes in DMC colors. So that was the only changes, but yeah, they're super cute. So like I said, I'll post a link below. It's Wanderling Stitches. And then she also has some fruits and flowers, and I hope she continues doing those, or even like veggies or flowers, or I could give her more ideas because those are cute too, and I could see wanting to do those for my kitchen. So I'll have to keep my eyes peeled to see if she's going to design any more. So, but yeah, so super excited that I found those. So that's what Enabling does, and like I said, 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗖𝗥, I would have never found it otherwise probably, so, or it would have taken me a while. So, and then today I'm going to show in my almost framed finishes. I've been working on the Crocette 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗦𝗦 monthly series, and I'm pretty sure I showed this last month, but I did finish August, and the only thing I don't do is stitch the border all the way around. But like below, I used green to kind of like make it the ground. But I think for this one, I'll probably end up carving like a little seagull and probably the watermelon. We'll have to wait and see. But I have this one, and then today I'm going to show July framed up. And then I didn't look, but September through December should probably be coming out pretty quick. But I didn't start that series until April. So the first one, I'll just kind of show them really quick. So the first one that I did was April, and that one I used like a little carrot. But that was, whoops, April. And then this was May. And May has like a little flower. I've been trying to use like little wire elements to kind of like add some detail to each one. But that was May. I love that one with the fox. And then June. So this was June. And that was like a little butterfly. There's a little bird with a strawberry on top. And then this is the framed finish. I'll show it now. So it's almost framed finished. Whoops. And this was July. So sorry it's not completely perfect, but July was like sunflowers and bees with a little goose. So I carved a little bee and then a little sunflower on the bottom. So I need to get some green wire or paint some wire and put some wire elements on this. I don't know why I forgot that I was doing that, but I did. So, so I'll add that before I take pictures. And then this bee is a little bit different from the other bees that I've made before. So the bees that I've showed, and I don't think I have one here. No. I used a bead, and it was like a bead that was already, it was kind of like textured, so it had little ridges, and it kind of just lent itself to a bee shape. And so then I like added wire and wings, and those are really cute too. But this one I decided to just carve, it's just a bee carved out of a piece of wood. So it's more like bee shaped, not round, like the little bead was. And then I just kind of drilled a hole through his head and added some black wire, and then just carved his little wings. So yeah, I really like how this one came out. The only difference is, like I said, is the kind of like the shape. He's more just bee-shaped instead of just round. But so I'll probably make both. They're both like kind of cute for what they are. But yeah, I like how the little carved one came out. So I'll have to like finish that one up. I'll probably like do all the pinning tonight and get those like framed up. And then I need to move on to framing August and then get going on those Snowflower Diaries. So come up with some ideas for framing those. Like I said, like it doesn't matter if everybody else is behind because I'm behind too. So it's never any worries. So, But yeah, so as far as stash shopping, so the only stash that I got this week, so I showed earlier that I got the Dog Mom needle minder, but this is one that I got for myself since I'm stitching the bunnies, and I think I said before, now that I've gotten into the needle minder madness of like matching your needle minder to whatever you're working on. So this one I bought, it's like a little pewter bunny button. And then it's just turned into a needle minder. So it's really like thin, but it's so cute. I don't know if it's gonna focus in. But yeah, and I like how little this is too. It's like the perfect size. It's not too heavy on the fabric, and it just kind of holds your needle nice. But yeah, so it looks really cute stitching the hair. So I got that. And then I did order, I'm still working on the hands-on design wolf pincushion. So I still have like the outer border and then putting it together. But I had originally, when I first started stitching that, we only had Sam. And so I ordered like the letters for his name and then the dog pin set to go on the top. So since we've added a little munchkin to our fold, I ordered Jazz's letters. So it's J-A-S for Jasmine. So it'll say Jazz and Sam. So I got those, so that way maybe that'll give me incentive to get that done. And then the only patterns that I got, aside from the Wanderling Stitches ones, PDFs, was I wanted this pattern. I saw this, she posted it on her Instagram, so I ordered this, or got this at our local needlework shop, but it's Heart and Hand Smallest Thing Sampler. And it's just so adorable, and I love the color palette. And then I also love the pattern on the back too. So cute. So yeah, and it comes with the buttons too. So yeah, so that one I can't wait to, of course it goes on the pile with everything else. And then the last time I was home, like 3 weeks ago already, almost a month ago, I went home to Michigan to visit my family. And my parents' house is like way back in the woods, and they have all different kinds of critters, and like they have bird feeders, and you know, like they feed. So they have a little raccoon family, so I got to see baby raccoons, and they're I totally know they're critters, and I'm sure that they can be destructive, but they're so darn cute. So this one I saw and I was like, oh, I have to get this, but it's from Plum Street Samplers, Raccoon Rabble. So yeah, so that one will just go in the stash. I'm not sure. It'll be a great fall pattern. So maybe October I want to concentrate on getting my spooky countdown from Primitive Hare finished. So maybe this one I'll add to Sands of the Border. I'll add that one to my fall like stitching time. So all right, so the last two, these are like I said, my almost framed finishes. But the first one, this is from Hands on Design, and I'll show the pattern first. Like I said, I don't have them pinned out yet, but this was a finish from a couple weeks ago. So Resting Beach Face from Hands on Design. And the only things I did different was I changed the hair color to blonde, obviously. And then I cut out a little wood seagull button to kind of add to the brim of her hat. You know, just, I don't know, I just thought it would be cute. And I did realize once I looked at the pattern, I still have to stitch the little umbrella thing here. So I'm glad I didn't pin this out yet. But so when I first saw this pattern, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. And so cute. So this was how I ended up framing it. So I thought, you know, like she's got her drink. I'm like, you know, you go to the beach, I'm like, and having lived in Hawaii, like she would just look so perfect if she was at a tiki bar. So this is how I ended up framing it. So there's like a little, I don't know if the light's not that great in here. It's like a little coconut drink with an umbrella in it. And it says tiki bar. And then down here are like the little piers, and I just wrapped some rope around them. And then there's one more seagull sitting down there kind of hanging out. So, but it's a stand-up frame. So it'll like just stand up all on its own. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, so I'm super excited how this one came out. And just kind of like roughed it up and kind of made it in that like kind of like tiki hut shape. So it's kind of like taller or wider at the top and smaller at the bottom. But yeah, so I was super excited how this one came out. So this one will go in one of my bathrooms because all the bathrooms are like kind of nautical themed. So, but yeah, so that's from Hands on Design, Resting Beach Face. So yeah, that's the first one. So then the second one, this is a very belated birthday gift, but and I really like how this one came out. And this is an old, I think it's a la-di-da pattern. I don't know why I'm blanking right now. But the original name of the pattern was Marion the Librarian. And so, oops, I'll just show the pattern really quick. This was the finish. I finished this right before I left for Michigan. Because like I said, it was supposed to be a birthday gift. But, and I did change some of the colors from the original pattern just because I felt like it. But that was the finish. So yeah, I still need to pin it up. But this is how I ended up deciding to frame it. So I thought it would be cool. So it's another stand-up frame. So the frame is like a stack of books. So I carved like some little books. And it's kind of hard to see probably, but there's actual ridges. So it kind of looks like pages. But then I carved a little bird, and then the top says library. So that's how the whole thing came out. And I really like how, it's really hard to see sometimes, but like how I decided to like do the green over the brown. I really wasn't sure what to do for the top of the frame, but I really ended up liking how the colors kind of went together with the blue, the green, and the red. So yeah, so that's how that one came out. So I was super excited with that one. Especially how the books came out, because I started it and then I thought I was gonna like ditch the books, but I was like, no, that's kind of like the whole like idea is that the frame is like resting on a stack of books. So I'm glad I stuck with it because the original part that I started carving wasn't working. So it took a little bit of trial and error, but yeah. So I was overall like happy. And then of course my favorite, I love carving the birds. So I mean, I don't know if I showed a close up of him, but he's really cute. And he's 3D, even though he's like glued on there, he's carved on both sides. So if he ever decides to fall off and fly away, he's whole. So, but yeah, so that was about it for like the last couple weeks. Like I said, sometimes time just seems like it gets away and you don't know why you don't get anything done. But like I said, it was just busy with, like, I had to concentrate like on other things, and I don't know if that's going to get better or worse, but I don't plan on like giving up like stitching or framing. I think sometimes you just have to kind of take a little detour, but I really want to start like making some of my focus on career and developing some of those things. So that eventually, maybe in our like 5 and 6 year plan, that this would be like a full-time business for me to be able to like make frames and carve and stuff like that. So we'll see, but who knows. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed like seeing all the finishes and almost finishes. But yeah, later today I will finish getting all this stuff pinned out and take some photographs and put it up on Instagram. But yeah, so coming up for me, like this week, I need to dig out, I have to make a rotation. After like last week's video, like seeing some of the ideas that people gave, like I have to have a better plan of, and I don't know, I'm like this though. Sometimes do you ever get so many things in your mind or so many things you want to do that you become overwhelmed with, like that you get nothing done or you get little done because I can't, like I try to focus here and focus there and then like, yeah. So I need to start making like a plan and sticking to it. So even if it means like ignoring something for the time being to get like this over here done, I don't know. We'll see how it works, but yeah, I have to come up with a plan. So yeah, tomorrow I have to spend all day, or I'm going to spend all day like power cleaning and get everything done because my husband's going to take a little trip. So that means for me that for like the whole weekend, I don't have to cook. I don't know if I've talked about this before, like I just don't like cooking. And so yeah, so it might just be 3 days of cereal. So I'll have to go buy a couple different boxes so I don't get bored. But yeah, make sure all the dogs have everything. And I plan on getting that house clean, and Thursday and Friday are just gonna be stitch marathons. So I might do my own 24 hours of cross stitch in 2 days. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let me know what you've been up to. What are you stitching on? What do you got going? Are there any new stitch alongs? You know, I always want to see what I'm out there missing. There is one that I think I want to join. It's like a Halloween stitch along. So I'll post the link below that where I saw it. Not sure if I'm going to yet or not. I always end up overcommitting. You just don't want the fear of missing out and you just want to be a part of everything. But yeah, so yeah, let me know what you got going as far as like stitch alongs or any like stuff like that, like monthly Halloween stitches, Christmas stitches, whatever. Just share whatever you want. So, but anyways, I hope everybody's been doing really well. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll be back in just 1 week and versus doing it in 2 weeks. But until then, happy stitching. Bye.